Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Before we dive into today's amazing topic, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell icon so you never miss out on our latest videos. Now let's get into today's intriguing what-if scenario. What if Earth had two moons? Part 1. Introduction to the two moons idea. Imagine looking up at the night sky and seeing not one, but two moons glowing brightly. Earth having two moons sounds like something straight out of science fiction, but what if it actually happened? Would life on Earth change? How would our planet's tides, seasons, and even culture evolve? In this video, we're going to explore all the amazing and perhaps strange consequences of having two moons. Part 2. What would two moons look like? First, let's visualize what Earth with two moons would actually look like. Our current moon, known as Lunar, is about 1/4 the size of Earth. If we had another moon, let's assume it was roughly the same size as Luna. This would mean our night sky would be filled with two large glowing orbs, both casting shadows and changing the way the world looks after dark. Part 3. Impact on tides. One of the most immediate effects would be on Earth's tides. Tides are primarily caused by the gravitational pull of the moon. Right now, Luna pulls the oceans toward it, creating high and low tides. The sun also plays a role, but the moon's influence is much stronger. If we had a second moon, the situation would get much more complicated. Each moon would create its own set of tidal forces. So instead of the single high and low tides we see today, we would experience more dramatic and varied tidal changes. Here's some science to back that up. The gravitational pull of a moon is about 1/6 of Earth's gravity. So, if we had a second moon of similar size, the two moons would create stronger tidal forces, especially when they align with each other. This could lead to super high tides or super low tides, potentially flooding coastal regions during certain lunar alignments or leaving some shorelines exposed during others. This is what we call spring tides, but with two moons, we would see these more frequently. Part 4. Altered seasons. Seasons on Earth are caused by the tilt of our planet's axis, and not by the moon. However, having two moons could have an indirect effect on the Earth's axial tilt over long periods of time. The gravitational pull of the second moon would likely cause slight variations in Earth's orbit and tilt. According to studies from astronomers, this could result in minor shifts in the Earth's axial tilt, which could lead to changes in the way we experience seasons. For example, winters might get colder, or summers hotter, depending on how the moon's gravitational forces influence the Earth's movement over centuries. Part 5. The night sky. More light, more wonder. Now let's talk about the night sky. With two moons, the amount of light at night would increase dramatically. The second moon would add more illumination to the night sky, especially during certain phases of the moons when they align. This could mean brighter nights for humans, which would definitely impact wildlife and plants. For example, some animals that are nocturnal might change their behavior, either becoming more active or retreating to avoid the extra light. Farmers might even find themselves adjusting their planting schedules due to the change in the natural light cycle. In terms of how the night sky would look, it would be incredible. We would see the dance of two moons, sometimes close together and other times farther apart, creating stunning and unusual sky patterns. It could even become a cultural symbol for different civilizations. Imagine ancient peoples looking up at two moons and developing their myths around that. This new sky would surely inspire art, literature, and scientific curiosity like never before. Part 6. Impact on human culture and civilization. Speaking of culture, the impact of two moons could also be profound. In many ancient cultures, the moon has been a symbol of mystery, timekeeping, and even gods or deities. If humans had two moons, it's likely that societies would adapt by creating new calendars or adjusting the way they track time. For example, many ancient cultures, including the Babylonians and the Mayans, used lunar cycles to guide agriculture, festivals, and rituals. With two moons, these calendars would need to be adjusted to accommodate two different lunar cycles. Lunar eclipses would become even more fascinating to observe and track, with potentially more opportunities for rare events to happen. Additionally, just like how we've developed different meanings and celebrations based on our moon's phases, two moons could bring about entirely new traditions, festivals, and even religious beliefs. Part 7. The gravitational dance, stability or chaos. Let's take a closer look at the gravity aspect. Earth's gravitational relationship with its moon is crucial to the stability of our planet's orbit. Our moon helps keep Earth's axial tilt relatively stable, ensuring that we don't have extreme fluctuations in climate. With two moons, however, things could get tricky. The gravitational forces of the second moon might destabilize Earth's orbit over time. This could cause slight shifts in Earth's rotation, potentially making our planet wobble a bit more than it currently does. While these changes wouldn't necessarily be catastrophic, they could lead to long-term climate effects like slightly harsher winters or summers over thousands of years. Part 8. Would life survive or thrive? Now, the big question: how would life be impacted? On one hand, the extra moonlight could benefit certain species that rely on lunar light, like some nocturnal animals and plants that bloom at night. On the other hand, the extreme tidal forces and possible changes to the climate might make life more difficult for others. Coastal areas might experience more flooding, which could displace communities and wildlife. On the other hand, people living inland might benefit from the extra moonlight for extended farming hours or nighttime activities. A new world under two moons. So, what if Earth had two moons? The consequences would be huge, affecting everything from our tides to our seasons, our cultural practices, and even the way we look at the night sky. While some changes might be minor, others could be quite dramatic. Either way, the idea of two moons above Earth is a fascinating thought experiment that really makes us appreciate the delicate balance we have with our moon today. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and let us know in the comments, what would you do if Earth had two moons? Until next time, keep exploring the wonders of the universe.